Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here with a pre-recorded message. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and a fantastic week. I'm currently on vacay, but if you guys are seeing this, you'll see that I do have some gameplay or some pre-recorded videos. And on top of that as well, I will try to get my tower and some of the other stuff uploaded here. It just won't be with the commentary side of things like I usually do, but ultimately, I have no idea what the video is about, so apologies now in advance, but hopefully you guys are able to get through whatever I am making a video about, question mark. Other than that, hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I will be back in about a week and a little bit, and I'll be back to my regular, my regular, whatever you want to call it, regular, whatever. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for, for chiming in on the comments as well here, and I'll do my best to kind of address those upon my return. Other than that, guys, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. We have got the Fear Tower Omega coming back, and just wanted to quickly chat about some of the rooms here. I do have some gameplay footage of it from last time as well, but I wanted to kind of just recap it here so you guys have it, and I'll attach some of the description of the videos previously, and what I'll do is I'll attach it into one video, so then you guys don't have to sift through too much here to find it. But essentially, the first 10 cells will be open up here in the first room. So this will be the first week, and then the second week we'll have the other set. But yeah, the restrictions are here, and essentially, if you're going from a free-to-play friendly approach, you can pretty much get the first 8 done and get yourself I believe it's a 3-star, pretty close to a 3-star unlock. So Night Stalkers, Vigilante, Super Squirrel, Immortal Weapons, and City 6. Again, just trying to keep relevant raid teams here. And Night Stalkers, this is one there's no restrictions here. You can actually probably use something else here, but again, keep in mind, I just use Night Stalkers because we weren't using them elsewhere. And then once you get into this Cosmic section, this is where it gets a little fun. Fantastic Four and Quasar, plus Shadow Conclave, and Shadow Conclave and Shadow King will be the first cell that you see here that is going to start requiring some teams of the new ones. And then this 3-piece Annihilators as well here with Null. So again, this is a situation here where you have to decide where you want to start investing resources. And again, if you are planning on doing all 10 cells, you're going to need basically Xavier and Phoenix Force, Immortals for 9, and then Exalted for section 10. You are able to get basically the first 8 done here without those teams, but to get to this section here, you still need to have Shadow Conclave at minimum. So not very free-to-play friendly, but we'll see if there's any solutions here this time around. Obviously, I'm on vacation, so I won't be able to do commentary, but I will attach the gameplay I have from the 1 to 8, and you are actually just so you guys are aware, you are able to once you get to section 8 here, when it resets on the next week, you are able to do cell 9 as well and use Immortal again on this one. So you are potentially able to get through 9, but yeah, at minimum then you would need Exalted to push through 10, and then you can kind of get into the next week, which would reset into this other section here, which I haven't really done yet. I guess I need to update this, but I have the spreadsheet. I'll attach it in the description for you guys, and I'll attach there are some alternatives as well here. If you didn't have Fantastic Four, you can use Absolute 8 Force plus Quasar. You can also use 5-piece Shadow Conclave, and then you can also use Surfer Breaker plus Kang as well. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And yeah, other than that, hope you guys have a good rest of your week here, and we'll see how it goes here with the next one. Okay, so as I said, basically the first 4 sections, we've got a lot of flexibility here. People have used lots of different teams here, and I kind of just stuck on the premise that if you've got to focus on raid teams, then try to use your raid teams if possible. I don't necessarily think the first one, especially the first node, I think that one's probably the easiest. You probably have a lot of wiggle room with using any teams that you don't really end up using. Like, for example, if you don't use Brimstone, or if you don't use your Vigilantes, then you can throw them in the first one. But yeah, this was just worked for me. We used a previous old Mystic raid team, so that's our Night Stalkers again. Not too bad. We had a couple of G20s here from the Professor Xavier era, so all T4, level 105, G20, purple ISO 8. Agatha is also 105, G19. Man is also G19, 105. And again, our lowest is our T18 Moon Knight. And yeah, you don't even have to bring Moon Knight. I wanted to make sure that the team was complete. So hence why we used him instead. Second team, we used our Vigilante. Again, G20 members because we used them in the Professor Xavier saga. And if you are running Omega, I'm going to just go under the assumption here that you do have Super Skrull at least unlocked. Since he's available at tier 17 or something like that. I think even on my baby account, I already have him unlocked. So fairly easy to unlock. And he does shine quite well on this game mode. Hitmonkey, again, G20, 105. Vigilantes, basically all of them are G20, 105. But yeah, just showing you guys the characters here. So if you need to pause it, you can use it. I'm trying to do it quickly as well here, so I don't waste too much of your guys' time as well. So that's kind of the first couple nodes. Then the third node, we stick with immortal weapons. Again, fairly consistent with everything else. G20, 105. I haven't ranked these guys up yet because we haven't needed to. Raids aren't really that serious, so hence why we haven't really used or upped them up. They're all, a couple 5 stars, whatever, hoo-ha. 6-star on the bullseye. 105 G20, like I said. Everyone's got their T4s because I have a lot of T4s, and that's the way it goes. And then finally, the last section out of the no restriction zone, again, is the Insidious 6 plus Mysterio. I really like Mysterio because he has that massive blind that he can apply as well. And that's just nice. It gives a mass blind to everybody. And then, of course, as well, because of his on-spawn, he makes it so that enemies cannot gain immunity. So this is really good to counter against Apocalypse and and other characters that have immunity. So he's a really good counter people don't realize about. And then, Insidious 6, Raid Team, same thing, G20, 105. Basically, no one is level 110 up until the point we go into Mutants. I believe. I could be wrong here. I believe. But yeah. Hopefully makes sense. And then that's kind of it. The first 4 is kind of gimmies. Once we get into Node 5, that's where we can start using our Fantastic Four. We used Fantastic Four last time. We used, I think the only requirement, for Section 5 is you need to have Quasar. Quasar is there so he can stop the speed bar. And he's just really good for war. So make sure you guys have him. I think it's passive, right? He makes it so that, what is it? They can't get speed. Enemies cannot fill speed bar for themselves when he's 50% above health. So just have Quasar, guys. Have Quasar. It doesn't really matter who the other ones are. Stick Fantastic Four. You can use Thunderstrike here. You can use, you can use this lineup. But if you don't have Absolute built up, Kahori and Blastar just work really well together. So hence why we used it. And then that's it. The first 5 nodes, I would say, are kind of very accessible. Then we start getting into the first checkpoint, which is like you need to have a Cosmic Crucible team or a war team built up. And that is, in this case here, it's the Shadow Conclave. This has been the team that people have been... Scopely's been giving us, messaging about, hey, you got to build up this team. They're going to be needed for the Age of Fear. They're going to be needed for this. They were used in the Storm Tower. They were, not the Storm Tower, the Surfer Breaker, excuse me. Then they were also in the War Tower, and now they're in the Fear Tower. So, I mean, this is not anything new. But yeah, again, people have resources and training material crunches. So it is always going to be a struggle, guys. But nonetheless, our G20 Thanos, we tried to keep him G20 because we need a big massive tank. And then the other 4, or the other 3, I guess, the other 3 members are a bit lower. G19 105, G19 105, and Sylvie is the only one that's not 105. She's 100 and she's 19 as well, but nonetheless, she works really good here. And we do have our G20 Shadow King. Now, if you don't have Shadow King, you can always slot Malekith in here as well. So that's kind of an option. My Shadow King was already built up, so hence why we used them. Next one is, this is one where you can use Omen, I believe, as well. But we used our Annihilators with Null. All, as you can see here on the screen here, basically all 105 G20 as well. No different from everything else that I've been telling you guys. G20, 105. No, I could probably push him to 110, honestly, since he is going to be the arena meta now. And then, of course, as well, Gore is the only one that's not G20. He's G19. But people have been able to do variations. I left the 5th slot blank here because I used Surfer Breaker. You guys will see that I use Surfer Breaker, but apparently you can use Shadow King. You can also use Kang. You can also use, there's a couple different combinations, so that's why I've kind of kept it open, and people have shown success to use it. Actually, they said, whoa, Helverine is actually really good too on this one. So give them a shot. Try it out. And that's it. Those were the first 6, or sorry, the first 7, I think. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6, 7. So if you can get through those 7, you only really need 1 war team to get through the first 7, which I find is fairly reasonable, especially if you can't get it this time around. The tower is going to come back, next after the storm tower comes back. It's going to come back again afterwards, I think. It's going to come back again. So it should come back to get the final set of stars, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, we're all going to be short on stars for Quicksilver. So that's their pattern right now. And then once you get into the next section here, you guys will see that we do end up having to use either Professor Xavier, or you can use Phoenix Force, or you can use Immortals. And then that's kind of it. I think that's kind of from a free-to-play standpoint. If you don't have Xavier, if you don't have Mephisto, you can still knock out the first 8 sections, like I said previously, with this team here. You can use Immortals. I'll have footage of the Immortals, and I'll have footage of the Phoenix Force. But yeah, people probably won't likely have as much accessibility to the Phoenix Force team as much as the Immortals. So I'll have the Immortals footage there for you guys. But yeah, unfortunately, if you use the Immortals on section number 8, you're not going to be able to use them on section number 9. So that's why it really sucks. So in an ideal world, you would obviously if you have Xavier, then Xavier is a better choice than Phoenix Force. But if you don't have Xavier, then Phoenix Force is the best go-to. And if you don't have Phoenix Force, then you're gonna have to stick with the Immortals. And you know what, getting shards or getting some points is better than not getting points, and that's the whole point of this video, right? And other than that, hopefully helps you guys out here. It makes it easy here. All my Immortals is G19 105. Everything's T forward, and you guys can see here they all got their healer ISO 8s as well. The healer ISO 8s will really keep them alive. It just helps out because they are kind of weaker. And like I said, I guess Cable doesn't have everything T for it here. My bad. And then, Beast as well. G19 105. Healer ISO 8. So, positive, you guys need to take a look at the roster. But that's the team again. Like I said, we've run things with Night Stalkers. Second node, we land with Vigilantes. Third, we use Immortals. Again, there's a lot of flexibility here. If you don't want to use Immortals, you can use Brimstone. You can use Fantastic Four. Then we stick with Insidious 6 plus Mysterio for the 4th. Absolute A-Force plus Quasar Blastar. That's for the first 5. And then section number 6 is kind of where you start to build up some teams. This is the Shadow Conclave. Pretty much everyone here is G19 other than our previous 2 characters, Thanos and our Shadow King, which we brought up previously. And then again, 3-piece Annihilators. Also a lot of G20s there, so apologies on my part. It is what it is. And then, the 5th, you can literally bring in, I think, Surfer Breaker. If you got Shadow King available, if you got Helverine, those have been shown to work. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it does work. And then, you can finish the last and final node, which is number 8, free to play, right? Without Xavier by running Immortals. Or if you want to save the Immortals for section number 9, you can use Phoenix Force for section number 8 and then finish things off with number 9 as well. But I'll have the gameplay footage so you guys can have it all there in one shot. Other than that, hopefully helps you guys out. Let's go jump into the gameplay here. Okay, so we're not going to go through the entire commentary because that's a lot of talking, and I've already done some of that already in my previous footage, so it's kind of redundant. But we are going to reset the we're going to reset the 10 sections that we've already done, and we'll basically just drum up some of the talking points at the start of the video so you guys can kind of understand where my playthrough is. But other than that, hopefully makes sense. Like I said, we're going to reset it, and we're going to, like I said, focus more on the raid focused teams so that it helps you guys out here moving forward when you guys do the first run of it. And hopefully it does give you guys a little bit of help here, or help you plan at least for the next run of it when you guys do it. And again, like I said, the cell one, we use Night Stalkers. I don't really know if there's too much to say about Night Stalkers, other than the fact that it was a previous Raid Mystic team. And if you don't want to use Night Stalkers, Spider Society also works quite well if you have them built, and you can also use Brimstone as well. But yeah, nonetheless, fairly easy. 6 guys, not too tricky here. You know, Blade just does his thing. He's gonna throw the stuns, or sorry, the blinds, excuse me, and then yeah, you kind of just get the damage across, and yeah, it's fairly straightforward. So I'm not gonna. Other than that, I don't know if I'm gonna talk too much more than that. Yeah, you just go through it. Agatha does her thing, throw the stun, blah blah blah, and it should be fairly easy here, as you guys can kind of tell here. The Night Stalkers just have so much speed, so much assist, so much damage. It makes pretty short work of it. Okay, so moving into cell 2, one was, like I said, fairly straightforward. Cell 2, we do use vigilantes with Super Scroll, and like I said, you can there's lots of different combinations here. Actually, I even threw daring warriors into this one, and actually it wasn't too bad actually. But a lot of people don't have daring warriors built up, so I didn't want to use that. So again, Super Scroll is just great here because of the fact that he has that speed. He's gonna get a ton of turn meter as well. And now keep in mind, if your Super Scroll isn't built up, the Black Knight can really do some damage to him. So this is one of those ones where like you may be able to kind of get through without Super Scroll, but I really like Super Scroll here because he just strips a lot of the positives, as you guys can kind of see here. And like I said, what's important here is you want to just save Silver Sable's ultimate for when the next wave drops. That way, you can kind of see here, you don't really need to use your ult because we're going to be able to kind of focus and get Super Scroll to do his thing here. And yeah, once, the Vigilante does what they're good at, right? Once they just, start getting some crits, get some vulnerabilities on, and they start doing their thing here, they just really pick up a lot of steam. And yeah, like I said, Punisher does a lot of damage here. It also helps that these guys are T20 as well. But yeah, don't waste the ult. Just use the special here, and then when the next wave drops, then you can unleash everything. And then, yeah, like I said, hit monkey here, throwing some stuns when you can. Yeah, lots of good damage here. And like I said, I don't know if I need to do the full commentary of this, but hopefully you guys can kind of see just how good the Vigilante is on this section. And yeah, like I said, it's just they are very good at controlling this one very, very smoothly. And Super Scroll just adds more to that control with the speed reduction as well. Okay, so cell 3 is again another straightforward one where they basically just have 5 characters on the board, and you'll get Captain Marvel dropping kind of at the end. But we run Immortals here because again, this is one that's very very good because of the fact that we are able to take advantage of a raid team, and they just have a lot of what I like about this team on cell 3 is the fact that Iron Fist spawns with a lot of that damage reduction, and again they take a couple of hits on us, but nonetheless we have the safeguard, we have a lot of defensive abilities and heals, and basically we're basically a big punching bag. Once they kind of do their thing here and they do their damage and they can't do anything further, then it's our turn, right? Then it's our turn to kind of do some magic. And again, Lady Bullseye is massive here because of that massive ultimate that she has that can apply the initial negatives. And then once it gets to Swordmaster's turn, same thing, applying negatives and the trauma. And yeah, you can kind of tell things just start steamrolling once they take that initial turn here. And yeah, very, very straightforward. I don't think you guys will run too many issues if you use Immortals here. The Immortal Weapons is a very, very solid choice. Lots of energy, lots of heals, lots of, speed control as well here, thanks to Silver Serpent. Watch here. He's going to use the special, and he's going to be able to kind of basically flip all the positives. And this helps because, again, it just kind of takes the death proof off, and boom. Trauma is already on the board, so it helps us out. And yeah, it's going to be very, very straightforward. And we've got that safeguard already, like I said, from the team. We got the stuns, we got the negatives, energy coming back to us as well, just constantly. So very, very easy, very straightforward. And I think that's all I need to say about that. Okay, so cell 4, we do come across an Apocalypse, and I do like the Insidious 6 because this team has been time and time used again over and over. Blue Marvel, Xavier, Dark Dimensions, even on my baby account, I love this team. And we spawn here with Mysterio because Mysterio is going to be able to take the immunity off, and he's going to be able to hold the fort down for us. And that way we can apply the ability blocks, and we can kind of control the board here. And yeah, basically, everybody knows how good the Insidious 6 is. against against teams like this. And then you got the good burst damage from Hobgoblin. You've got Vulture there on the board to reduce speed. I mean, what is there not to like about this team, right? And I'm a big Spider Nut as well, so obviously I love this team overall. But yeah, Green Goblin here also coming in large, throwing the trauma. And yeah, very, very solid team. You guys shouldn't have too many issues here. The Mass Blinds just adds a cherry on the top and applies the ability block as well on Nightcrawler so that he can't do anything. So very, very straightforward, and you guys should not have too many issues if you're running this team. Okay, so cell 5 is another fun one. This is where we start entering into the cosmic. And like I said, we do use absolute A-Force here because we take advantage of the fact that Kahori gets her speed. And then we also have the Blast Star charges. And remember, this is the first part of the Cosmic Crucible buffs. So this is where we can start, or sorry, not Cosmic Crucible buffs, the War buffs. So we get the extra speed. And then we also have the absolute A-Force just absolutely being dominant, right? Because these guys are such a great team in War. And we also have Quasar shining as well here because he is a war-oriented character, right? And yeah, the ability block here is massive, as you guys can see. And do I want to say anything else here? Yeah, just build the charges on Blastar. You shouldn't have too many issues. Actually, honestly, when I was playing through it, I was kind of like wondering, like, do I attack or do I do ability block or do I build the charges? And yeah, honestly, it's easy enough that you don't need to worry too much about it because, like I said, Kahori just absolutely fuels this team here with negatives, and you guys will see that here. Now, if you don't have absolute A-Force built up and you don't want to use this team, Fantastic Four is another good one as well here. And like I said, everybody else either ran Fantastic Four, Absolute A-Force. There's also Galactic as well. Thunderstrike is going to pair really well with Quasar as well, just because of the fact that they have the synergy with each other. He's going to get the extra bomb burst. And then, yeah, and then once you unleash the bomb burst on these guys, massive amounts of damage as well. So very, very solid team here. And like I said, Miss Marvel Classic here just kind of keeps, she does keep everybody in a pretty good shape because of the fact that she is such a good character in War. And yeah, I do not like playing against these guys, whether it's a Surfer Breaker or it's in War as well, because yeah, they are quite nasty. And if you underestimate this team, you're gonna get absolutely hurt, right? So again, a very, very good team here to counter this one. And I think that's all I want to say about that. Okay, so 5 is done, and now we can start focusing on cell 6, which is, like I said before, this is the section where you can start deciding if you want to start putting either investments in Shadow Conclave or Omen. Now, for this particular one, I do use Shadow Conclave because they cancel a lot of that speed, and I also find that the Omen team works actually really, really well as well on the next section if you do have them built, based on what people have told me and what I've already seen in footage as well. So you can absolutely use the Omen there, and very minimal perspective as well. So what's important on this one is we want to apply everything onto null, get the damage on null, because the faster we can kill him, the faster we can get him off the board, and then we don't have to worry about his pings. And as you guys see in here, what's important is when Thanos throws his special, he gets the offense down on him, which actually really helps, right? It reduces the amount of damage by 50%. I think when I ran it the first time, I didn't really care about it, but this time I played around more with the RNG, and I got the offense down, which is great. So that allows us to kill null and get all those pings. And then yeah, this actually gives us a chance here as well to have Thanos survive, because he actually died in my last one here. So I always try to use the special here so we can kind of drain some health back. This I find is very, very helpful, especially because these guys hit so hard. Throw the ult here, apply the negative. Shadow King's going to do his thing. Once we get to Shadow King's second turn, he can also heal up some people as well, so that also helps out. But yeah, as you can kind of see here, lots of negatives across. They got nothing to clear us. They don't get that extra turn or the speed bar fill as well, because of the fact that we have our Thanos canceling that out. So very, very nice. We got the extra health back from our high evolutionary as well. But yeah, like I said, you can kind of see here, this is a really, really clean fight here just with the Shadow Conclave. And yeah, the Shadow King's gonna do his ult here. This is gonna heal up our Thanos a little bit as well. I think I just forget if he heals everybody up or it has to be Astral. But anyways, yeah, we throw the ult here. That should give us a couple kills as well. Energy back. Yeah. Oh yeah. And for this one, yeah, you can just do the basic here. The basic it does more AOE actually. If you do the special, it only hits one person. So just kind of be mindful of that. And then yeah. So sorry. Yeah. Just I guess you could just do a kill there. So he gets energy to the team. Yeah, and then like I said, you can kind of just start focusing on these guys who you want to target here. Let's take Gore out, and it's gonna ping. I think it's gonna take out Maria. No, maybe not. Okay. So and then again, do the special again here. This is gonna drain the health, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to see on that. Fairly straightforward, like I said. We don't really need to focus too much more than that. Hit the auto, and boom, hammer throw, axe throw, whatever you call it. Very, very easy. Shadow King makes this very, very simple, very straightforward. The extra damage just helps amp up this team so much. So very, very hopeful that, I'm hopeful that hopefully we can use this one on the next section as well here. This is a very solid team here. Shadow King completes a lot of the healing factors to this team, and I like it. I like the composition here. Okay, so we're going in here with our 3-piece annihilators with Surfer Breaker. And again, like I said, there's definitely some different comps you can use. People said Helverine worked. People also said if you save Shadow King for this one, he also works. And yeah, I like Surfer Breaker because I have him built up, and he's 7 red, 7 yellow, G20. Why the heck not? Why would I not use him, right? But anyways, yeah, you can also use Omen as well on this team. But yeah, this works well because Gore basically takes the revive once. So this is great. And then, yeah, I think people are forgetting the fact that I think it's Scarlet Witch that cancels out the speed manipulation as well from this team for the filling the speed bar. But I do believe that's only for offense only. So hence why I feel like, yeah, Null is still a very, very good choice here because of that fact. And yeah, we also get the anomaly hitting as well, which is really great. Thanks to Silver Surfer's passive. And then we also get the extra pings. And yeah, watch this. The ultimate here is great. We also want to focus on Dormammu. I should have mentioned that. Focus the same way we tried to take out Null in the last one. Focus on Dormammu because the faster you take him out, then he can't use his ult. And yeah, the other characters that remain are fairly straightforward. And you guys will see that here that once we kind of get rid of Dormammu, you don't have to worry too much because yeah, a lot of these characters aren't like super dangerous. It is not they're not complete. They're not complete here. Oh yes, people also said Hela is a good choice as well. If you don't have a Surfer Breaker, Hela is another good one here just because yeah, she also applies the Greg on the board and just helps mitigate damage. And then of course as well, spreading negatives. Obviously I can see that as a good thing. My Hela I think is only level 95. So I may have to try her out here and see if that works well. But yeah, hopefully you guys can kind of see how straightforward this is. I don't really know if I have anything else other than that to say, other than the fact that, yeah, you guys will see here, very smooth run, very clean finish, nothing too surprising from this point on. Okay, so if you guys have made it to cell number 8, just hats off to you guys. Apologies for the long video, but cell number 8 is the last section here. And like I said, you can use the not Exalted. You can use the Immortals here. If you don't want to use Xavier and you don't want to use your Phoenix Force, the Immortals is going to make pretty short work of these guys. Unfortunately, like I said, it is too bad because you also want to use Immortal X for the next one after this. But if you can't even make it to 9 and you want to just get number 8 done so you can at least get some rewards, then this is the way to go here. And again, like I said, the Immortals will take care of this one fairly easy. It's just, yeah, this was kind of designed for them because of the fact that we do get that massive amount of speed and no one can cancel them out. So you want to throw the stun. Honestly, it doesn't matter where you throw the stun. I actually aim right in the center here. So that you want to aim it so that you can get as much people with the stun as possible. You can do it on Super Scroll if you don't like Super Scroll. I do it right on Kang here, so then he's in the middle of everybody and he's clustered up. But yeah, from that point on, you can start focusing on him, get the negatives on him, and you can start spreading things. So again, Rachel spreads her things. Yeah, so I feel like that's a good one. I don't know if that's the best way. That's just what I did here. Yeah, it was very straightforward with the Immortals, so I didn't really want to keep testing around and see what the best way was. But yeah, anyways, you can throw the rewind on Skrull so that way he doesn't take a turn. And then, like I said, it's just at this point on, you're kind of building charges. We're doing something similar where we did in the previous node, or the previous section where I ran the cell 9, and basically we're just trying to build up the charges for Storm. We can get her up here, and then when when we get to Storm's ultimate, it's just going to blow everything up, right? Just because she's got max charges. We'll get the offense up from Beast as well. So this amps the damage just up a little bit more. And then watch when Storm gets to her turn, she's going to basically unleash it. You can throw the ult here on Super Skrull as well here, just so we get a little more damage on him. So everyone's got the defense down, and now Storm's got the offense up. And yeah, she's going to throw the ult here. And yeah, you can kind of see everybody just melt away just like that. Fairly straightforward, fairly easy. I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else other than that. Doom and Doom and Absorbing Man drop, but yeah, it's not anything like you need to worry about because everybody's kind of on death's door. And like I said, it's just a matter of making sure that you can, even if you push this Doom, I doubt it would be an issue. Yeah, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna get enough turn meter here. We should be able to stun and spread again because, yeah, like I said, we can take a ton of turns here just because of this team is so good at controlling the turn meter. You got rewinds and you got stuns and you got slows and you got speed ups. And, yeah, it's such a great team. Honestly, I love this team. And, yeah, like I said, I'm surprised. If you guys don't have this team built up for raids, very, very surprising because, like I said, you have to kind of need these guys for the Annihilation raids and spotlight raids. So I guess if you have champions, I guess you don't really need some of these guys anymore, but still, I mean, lots of people had them for the longest time ever, and a lot of people haven't built up champions. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents here. I don't know if I'm gonna throw the stun and then I'm gonna spread the stun just so you guys are aware. And then it's kind of long and boring, so apologies there for that. Now, having said that, if you guys do have Phoenix Force or you have Xavier, then what you can do is you can run it with this team instead. And again, you don't need the exact same characters, but you just need Phoenix Force plus company. And I think it helps to have Nightcrawler as well for the extra speed, or Old Man Logan for the stuns. But yeah, basically a very similar process where we basically throw the special here. We have to do it on Black Knight because he's got the taunt. But yeah, once you get to that turn, Old Man Logan can kind of do what Old Man Logan's good at. He's going to start throwing all the bleeds. He'll throw the blinds, all that good stuff there. And then, yeah, Magneto, mass blind here. Just kind of, doing what he always does, right? Giving us a little blind action, breather room, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, pretty good stuff there. Throw the ability block on Super Skrull as well, just because, he's just really annoying. So what we do here is we try to just focus on him because the faster we can kill him, the faster we don't have to worry about him being a pest and it just helps. Yeah, I always find that Super Skrull is so annoying, and hence why we used him, right? We used him in one of those sections, right? He is so good, and hence why we had to bring him up. So Old Man Logan, he's just going to shred. But if you don't have Old Man Logan, or if you've got some of the other Exalted members like Storm Mighty, and you're not going to be able to go through the next section, then what you can do is you can use them here as well here, because you might as well just double dip a little bit if you can. And like I said, this one's going to be very straightforward. Not too much work involved. But yeah, like I said, once you kind of see the next wave drop, I'm going to skip ahead just like the other one as well, because yeah, there's no point in going through the entire footage of it. But if if you guys are lucky enough to have Xavier or you have Phoenix Force and you're able to get through number 8, then what we can do is we can actually use our Immortal X-Men on cell number 9. So what we can do here is we can go into the next section here and we can use them on number 9, and then we can actually get further and get more points for you guys. So jumping in here, you're going to go in here, and like I said, it's going to be very straightforward. I think I already have footage of it, so I won't go through the entire thing of it. But when you guys go in, you'll see that you basically need a whole bunch of healers. That's going to help out. And as you saw the bomb there, it's gonna definitely be some RNG as well. But all mine are 105 G19. And like I said, what you want to do is you want to just start getting things going here, stunning the sentry. It's going to be a very similar strategy to what we did the last one, where basically you want to just get all the charges up, and it's going to blow everything up when you do get the charges. So again, we have to exit out here because Quicksilver kills us. And again, I'm going to reset it here so you guys can kind of see it. It's not a perfect process. If you have bigger characters, if you have level 110s, if you got G20s, it's definitely going to make it easier, but not the end of the world if you can't get it to work. Just got to take a little time, a little patience here. I think it usually took me about 2 or 3 times, so we'll see how this one goes here. But again, throwing the stun on sentry, get the special up here as well. Yeah, just kind of get the negatives and get some heals back as well here, thanks to the fact that everybody's like a healer ISO 8. Just kind of helps amplify our damage a little bit as well. So yeah, Quicksilver does this thing. Okay, so we survive. We'll throw the stun now to spread to Sebastian Shaw and Magneto, because those are kind of the hardest characters I think on this board. We'll throw the special from Beast. We're gonna be able to get some little pings here as well from that. And then yeah, what I like to do is I throw the special on Azazel, because I don't like Azazel using his blinds and stuff on us. It's just annoying. We don't need to get that AoE there. Sabretooth will be next here because he's coming up on the speed bar turn. And again, like I said, we should get to Jean ultimate. That's going to help apply negatives. And then we should get back to Rachel's turn as well here. She should be able to rewind Sabretooth. So aim for Sabretooth just because he's going to cause some bleeds as well. So that's going to help just to kind of control the situation for us. Great stuff. Beast is going to use his ultimate. Energy plus offense up. Really, really good stuff here. When it gets to Storm's turn, it's absolutely going to smash. We'll throw the ult here on Sentry just because Sentry's kind of beefy. That way we can ensure that he dies, hopefully, from the ultimate, from the crits. Boom. Not too shabs, if I do say so myself. And then, yeah, you can kind of go for Sentry last if you want. The faster you kill him, he does drop his Void, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think Void takes like 3 turns or something? 2 or 3 turns before he dies. So up to you guys. I don't like Sentry, so I'm going to go for him here because the other ones look like they should just bleed out anyways. Boom. Close to bleeding out. Okay, I thought he was going to die. I guess not. Yeah, we can throw the basic here, get some charges back up as well. Get a crit maybe. Okay, so both dead. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, so Sentry, like I said, does his thing, or Void does his thing. Not the end of the world. You can save him last as well, but I mean, Sebastian Shaw's so beefy. I try to save Sebastian Shaw last. But yeah, as you guys see here, we're going to hit auto. And like I said, that's kind of it. So again, if you're able to get through cell number 8 by using Xavier, if you got Phoenix Force, great. But if not, you can use the Immortals there, and then you can actually get the first 8 done without having Xavier, without having building up any of these other new teams. But if you don't have Xavier or Phoenix Force, then yeah, you have to use Immortal X-Men basically on the previous node, and that kind of sucks a little bit. But what can you do, right? What do you do? It's just all about planning and aiming for the next time, I guess, when the event comes back, I guess. But other than that, like I said, just wanted to showcase all the characters here, level 105 G19s. And yeah, they're able to get it done here. And yeah, fairly good. We might have to bring them up here for the next set of floors, but like I said, these guys do a terrific job of handling this very nasty node. Fairly straightforward. And yeah, and that's it. I think yeah, apologies on the long video. That is it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you guys found this useful or not. Apologies again. Like I said, try to keep it fairly free to play friendly, I think, sort of, kind of, but of course as well, like I said, that's always going to differ depending on where people are in the game, how long they've been playing, where they've built their characters as well. But I'll recap it all here. Again, the first 4 sections fairly smoothly: Night Stalkers, Vigilante, Immortal, weapons, and we have Insidious 6 there for the first 4, and then we switch into our Absolute. But you can also use Fantastic Four here because a lot of people have built up Fantastic Four for the previous saga. And then we use our first team that we've built up, the Shadow Conclave, basically without Malekith, and everybody is 105 G19/20 other than Sylvie. And then we use a 3-piece Annihilators plus Surfer Breaker. But you can, like I said, you can use Hela, you can use Shadow King, you can use Helverine. Seen a few different combinations that do work, and you're going to have to just test around and see for yourselves. And then finally, the last one, you can use your Immortal if you have Immortal X built. And if you don't have Immortal X, then I would say, maybe start focusing on them. Because, yeah, they're still a raid-oriented team. And obviously, out of the 3 teams, between Phoenix Force, Xavier, and Immortal X, they are easily by far the most attainable one within a time frame at least. But other than that, guys, yeah, that's all I have for this one. Apologies on the lengthy video as always, and hopefully helps you guys out. Other than that, always appreciate you guys' time and appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.